everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna be, as the title says, I'm gonna be creating an Android project and it's gonna be linked to Firebase database. If you do not know what is Firebase, it is sort of a backend server, but it doesn't really require you to write code. Not like let's say PHP backend or whatever it is. So there's two types of APIs, REST APIs and SOAP APIs. So Firebase is counted as SOAP. Now you don't really have to code in Firebase. You don't really do anything on the backend side. So the main thing, everything gonna be coded on Android side. However, we may need to do like some configuration on the Firebase end. Other than that, I guess we're good to go. So let's get started. So first of all, I need to create the project in Firebase. Make sure you already have a Google account. I'm gonna go ahead and type in Firebase and search for it. This is gonna be the first lines. Gonna go ahead, go to console. Now this is what you are going to see in case you don't have projects. If you have projects, then your projects are gonna show. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a project. Let's call it my Firebase app. I accept, I confirm, and let's continue. Now this is optional, but it is recommended, so I'm gonna keep it ticked on. It depends really on you where you want that location to be. And I'm gonna tick the default settings. I'm gonna hit accept the terms. I'm gonna create a project. Now my project is being created. Now we're gonna wait for that. Now that my project is ready, I can go ahead and hit continue. Now I'm being redirected to my project. Okay, that's great. Now I have my own Firebase project set up. Now we did not really complete the setup. Now we have to go ahead and get started by adding Firebase to our application. Now how are we going to do that? First of all, I'm gonna go ahead to Android. Now here I'm gonna have to place our Android package name, which I am going to get from Android Studio, of course, from the Gradle module app. You can see under Gradle scripts in case it's in case it's elapsed. You can open it, and if you don't see it like I am seeing, you can go ahead and click on Android on this side over here. I'm not sure what's gonna be showing for you, but make sure you have Android selected over there. Now this is my application name. Now I have already chosen it while creating the app, so if you already remember that, then it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste it so that I don't get like any wrong characters or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and register the application because this is optional and this is also optional. However, we may use it soon, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep it empty for now. I'm gonna register my application. Now that it is done, I'm gonna need to download the JSON file. Now it's downloading. downloading, make sure you know where you have it, and I'm gonna go ahead and click show on file. So this is my Google JSON file now. It has brackets and number 6 because I already have like multiple JSON files, but for you, yours gonna be without the brackets and the number 6. So what we have to do is we need to actually drop it in our project, and as it's stated, switch to the project view in Android Studio to see your project root directory, and move your downloaded Google Services file into your module app level root directory. That means we're gonna go ahead into, so let's go ahead and click on project, and it mentioned under the app module. So this is the app module. I'm gonna drag and drop it over here. Click refactor. Now I have succeeded in adding the Firebase config file, the Google Services file. So I'm just gonna remove it because you're not supposed to have any additions to your Google Services name. It should be like this. It should be like this, purely like this. Google-services.json. In order for it to work. Otherwise it's not gonna really work. And also you can have multiple JSON files. You can have multiple Google Services files. Just keep a note of that. I'm gonna click on next. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the SDK into our project. Now for that, we're gonna have to, first of all, of course, you need to have the Google Services file added. And then I'm gonna go ahead and choose DSL because that's what my project is currently. And now I have to navigate to the root level of the project. And let's go to the build grade. Now I'm gonna have to take it back and switch back to the Android view and go ahead to the project. Now we have here plugins. Was it this? Yes, I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna add it here. Click sync. Then we are going to navigate to the module app level, which is this one. Okay, it's done syncing. Alright, so I have this here. Gonna get the also in the plugins. I'm gonna add it here. Sync. I always prefer to sync after adding anything, just in case an error shows up later. I know what's causing it right away. Okay, so also another one. Now we're gonna add in the dependency for Firebase bomb. And also the Firebase analytics, since we already have it enabled, so let's add it in sync. Now I'm not really gonna prefer adding it this way. I'm gonna prefer adding it just like the others were added, but for now it's gonna be fine. I have already done a video on how to add it this way, so it's fine. So now that we have added our Firebase SDK into our project, we should be able to run it just fine. So next steps, you're all set. So that's it. We have successfully added Firebase into our project. Now we have to just run the application so that we confirm that everything is fine. successfully and it's running the default hello world because we did not do any changes, that means we have successfully added the Firebase SDK into our project. Well, I guess that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is how you add the Firebase SDK into your Android project, and stay tuned so that we move on to adding CRUD operations in Firebase, and later on the login, and as well other functions in Firebase.